Welcome to the overview of the custom review process for PG&E's custom implementation team. In this video, we'll give you an overview of our custom process review that we follow for all of our custom incentive project applications. As you can see in the slide, there are several steps to the custom process. What we will cover in this video are the 4 different points in the process where the CIT is involved in reviewing the custom application. The first step that we want to talk about is during the project development phase. We encourage all applicants to consider using the early review process, which you can see in the middle of the slide, to get some guidance on the project that you are in the middle of developing. Ideally, it's at the point where you have established the eligibility, measure type, influence, and baseline justification descriptions, where you can send a task to CIT for John Caffrey to review the project as part of an early review. CIT will provide feedback on areas that can be improved in your project, or we can also point out where things are done well and are likely to be able to be approved when the project is fully submitted for consideration. When the project package is complete and an application is ready and it's submitted into Energy Insight to Stage 7C, CIT will conduct a review of the project and provide feedback on whether the project passes our policy review and our technical review, or if it fails or needs corrections before it can proceed. If our determination is that there is a need for corrections, then the project does not proceed. It has exited the normal review stage, and it will go into an escalation stage, which we'll describe in detail further on in the video. Essentially, at each stage, either at the initial review or at an escalation review, the project has an opportunity to pass on to the next stage, or if it needs corrections, it fails, it will be able to go once more into the escalation phase for a total of 2 escalation cycles total. Or if those have been exhausted, the only recourse at that point for the project to proceed is to attend our weekly TIGR exception meetings, which is a gathering of policy, program management, and CIT folks at PG&E. If that is still considered a fail, then the project will need to be withdrawn. So let's look at the post-install process. It is very similar to what will happen at the pre-install. We want to point out, though, that the CIT will also do a policy review in the post-install phase if it's a project that was selected by the ex-ante team during the pre-install phase, or if the project is over $200,000 in incentives. Now let's take a look at the escalation and TIGR process in greater detail. As you can see in the box on the left, the escalation phase has several steps. When a project response, a review response, is that it needs corrections, the first task, and this is an Energy Insight task that should be set, is one that CIT will set, although we encourage the program developer to also project developer to set the task if need be, is to set up a conference call. That can be in person or over the phone, and it's an opportunity to review all of the needs for corrections that exist in the project. CIT will be part of this meeting if it's a policy review escalation, along with the project developer. The meeting is meant to define all of the deficiencies that exist and what are the action items that are needed in order to resolve them. After the meeting, the project developer will document all of the action items in Energy Insight and solicit agreement from the CIT member that participated in the conference call. Once those are agreed upon, then the project developer will make the corrections and submit to CIT with a task to complete an escalation review. We will go through that process twice if need be. If the project still needs corrections, it'll go into a second escalation review. However, if the second escalation review, the second escalation cycle ends with a review that shows that there are still needs for corrections, then the project cannot proceed any further. And the only way it could proceed is if the TIGR team approves a continuation for the project. The TIGR meets weekly. Essentially, the PM or project developer can submit an exception request to Paulo Pecora on the CIT team. We encourage you to submit that exception request as soon as possible, no later than the morning of the Wednesday before the Thursday team meeting. Next, let's talk about the CMPA calendar. This refers to the process by which we notify the CPUC whether a custom project is ready for review. They accept uploads on the first and third Monday of each month. There is no upload on the fifth Monday, and if one of those Mondays is a holiday, it will be uploaded on the subsequent day. Once the Commission selects a project, they will notify PG&E. We will then work to provide information to the Commission to get the information they need to review the project. That is the overview for the custom review process. If you have questions, take a look at our wiki page at pge.wiki and search Custom Implementation Team for more information, or you can send an email to citcommunications@pge.com. Thank you.